What is up, everybody? Welcome to our live stream here on Twitch and Lead Chess, the only place to play chess. Alright. Life is too short to play on evil chess sites. What's up, everybody? Everybody's not here. We're a little early today because I got to leave a little early. Hello. Alright, we're taking Blitz challenges. I'm taking Blitz challenges. 5 plus 5. Casual. Alright. I might surprise some people by starting the stream so early. Usually at 12. It's 11:30. We got time change in the North American continent. So what would normally be a 5-hour difference between Eastern time and Central European time is what would normally be a 6-hour difference is a 5-hour difference. Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay. Play, create game, puzzles, just to warm up here. I love king and pawning games. One question. Must I... No, I mean, it has to be a little complicated, eh? Easy king and pawn game. So if king b6, black has a5. Which is a problem, I would say, a serious one. Otherwise, we can't just like lose this pawn, can we? The assumption would be that I have to play b4, and I'm threatening king b6, winning. But if I play b4, black can play king to c4. Okay, so the point is, if b4 king to c4, I just take on a6, and if king b4, king b6. This is the breakthrough attempt. Wow. That doesn't work. However, it would work if I, let's see, if I took this way, black would have h4. If I take this way, oh, he has a breakthrough. Really should have been aware of this in the first place. Takes h4. What am I thinking? That works, right? Well, anyway, white didn't have any other choice. Now black has this breakthrough with g4. If I take with the h pawn, he plays f4. If I take with the f pawn, he plays h4. The only positive thing is that I'm getting a g pawn that's queening, but he's in the square of the pawn. So that doesn't seem that threatening. Okay, this is concerning. If I take on g4, he plays h4. How can I stop his pawns? Take on f5, he takes on g3, and he's winning. Jeez, I don't know. H takes f4. Okay, this is crazy. I don't understand. Why am I not lost here? Masturbate, you're not out there? Why am I not lost in this position? This is just a classic breakthrough. I mean, if I had time, I would play g4 myself. Stop the breakthrough. If I do that, he'll just take twice and take on c5, and he's winning or better. So I had to play b4, and now he has g4. Now what do? My king is nowhere near stopping his pawns, so... And his pawn is too close. I mean, jeez. So maybe I let him get an H pawn and hope that I can break through first with like b5. b5 doesn't work. I need my king on b6 at least. So say I take the h takes g, f4. I have to take, then h4. Okay. Then I play like king b6, he plays h3. Then b5 does nothing. I'd have to play king a6. Okay. Take, h4. King takes a6, h3, b5. I'm too slow, man. Alright. Am I hallucinating? Am I hallucinating here? What the bleep? I'm nowhere near the pawn queening. It's like he's right there on the diagonal. If I takes and he plays a push, I play g5. He's still in the square of the pawn. Schumacher. I don't understand. I'm nowhere near this. King a6 is too slow. I have to take on g4. If f takes g4, h4. F takes g4, h4. He's going to queen in 3 moves there. So if I take and he plays f4, he's still queening in 3 moves. What the bleep is that? How could this possibly not be lost for me after g4? Takes on g4, h4. Takes on h4, f4, h5. Alright, let's check this line out. We could both queen. F takes g4, h4, takes on h4, f4, h5. Now, he's not in the square unless he brings his king over. If f3, h6, f2, h7, f1, queen. And I'm getting goddamn mated on b5. Unbelievable. I'm getting mated if he queens an f-pawn. My god. Oh. I'm getting mated on b5. That's unbelievable. The only line I could find, and I'm getting mated on b5. If I take on g4, plays f4. I'm nowhere near queening something. This is crazy. F takes g, h4, f4. I mean, f takes g, h4 takes. F takes g, h4 takes. f4, h5, f3, h6, f2, h7. Jesus Christ. H takes g. H takes g, f4. Pawn takes f4, h4. Now what do I do? g5, h3. This is unbelievable. I give up. I can't believe it. The only line I could find where my pawn breaks through is f takes g, and he plays h4 and I take it, and he plays f4, and I might be winning if it wasn't for the fact that he's mating me on b5 after he queens, and I make a queen. What am I missing here? H takes g, f4. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. H takes g, f4, pawn takes h5. Now he's not in the square. Wow, it's so hard to think when you just wake up. Pawn takes g4, f4, pawn takes h5. Pawn takes g4, f4, pawn takes h5. It's so easy. And then pawn takes g3, h6. g2, h7, g1, queen. He's not mating me, and I'm queening, and I'm winning the king pawn game. Okay, yeah. So I have to take on g4 with the h pawn. He plays f4, then I take. Why is it so difficult for me to calculate a few moves? Jeez. I did it! Why was that so hard? I just can't calculate. Jesus Christ. That was relatively straightforward, and I just couldn't see the line. Like, it wasn't there. It took me like 5 minutes. How long? Like 10 minutes to find this? That's crazy. I almost gave up. That's so simple. There is no other line. Alright, Schumacher. We're sharp now. I'm feeling sharp now. Ooh, gambit. Gambit time. I don't have any gambits against the Kraken, do I? Alright, we're gonna play 2 knights variation. How about h3? Problem with h3 would be knight f6, I guess, and then among other things, h3 is very slow. Alright, this is blitz. Alright, this is blitz. I forgot it's blitz. It's not rapid. I have to play faster. Alright. Oh, that's a nice pin you got there. Wow, what a pin. Not the, oh, he has d4. God damn it. Hi, can I play next? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. God willing. If you believe in God. Or not. Yeah, I'm taking too much time. I'm not awake yet. I hate when this fast Schumacher ambushes me. Always the first challenger. He's very impatient. He's never the last challenger. He's always the first one. And he always has to go. Oh, man. Can you play me first? Because I gotta go. If e5, it becomes like a Kraken advanced variation. This is lame, but solid. I like lame but solid openings. This is really lame. I might as well start playing the London system. Okay, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Bad bishop. Nowhere to go. Look, come on, no bad pieces. Nothing special, but white's very solid. Let's approach the game in a simple way. Now, do I want to remove my knight from e5 and avoid exchanges? Not really. Maybe knight g4. This doesn't really do anything. We would trade a different knight. Yeah, this is a strange move by me. Really. I'm not awake yet, as I said. But okay, I mean, his knight on f6 is more active than the one on d7. I don't know. You know, if I'm going to exchange one knight, probably it's not worse than like knight takes knight to play knight g4. Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, that's a weird move. What are you doing over there, man? Your knight's in a kind of weird place, isn't it? Queen h5. Hey, what's up with that? Your knight's not protected, bro. Where are you going with that knight? What's your master plan here, Schumacher? Just putting your knight on e5. That's deep, bro. Deep. Put the coffee on. I have the coffee here, man, and it takes a while to have an effect. I was talking to a psychiatrist yesterday. I've been talking to my friends. I mean, I'm not sure what my problem is. I don't know. You know, sometimes I have trouble focusing. I don't know if it's like I'm old. I have ADD. I'm just stressed. How do you know these things? Like, are you suffering from depression? Do you have attention deficit disorder? You know, or are you just getting older and that's normal to have lack of focus? I feel like I still focus better than the average person, but one of my students brought up the fact that maybe, let's say in my last tournament, I'm not calculating like when I did when I was in my peak. But I mean, I guess it's normal because I don't play very much. When I played a lot, I played more accurately. I played better. Put the coffee on. Coffee's on. You can't live without coffee. Life's too short not to have some good coffee. That's coming from a Brit. Put the tea on. No. I've never really been a tea drinker. Alright, where do I go? Something to be said for centralization. Although h3 is also interesting. What I want to play is f5. But I'm not sure it's the good enough, you know, it's the good enough. This is lame. Bishop d2 is super lame, but you can't always do like macho chess. Sometimes we just have to make lame moves. I'm just, you know, I could have put the bishop on e3 actually. I'm afraid of this fork, but there is no fork. But I don't like his move. I don't like my move either. This is a terrible square. I should have played bishop e3 in retrospect. But there might be some downsides, blocking my queen from attacking e6. The main idea is like he can't play f5 because I have check on e6. Queen h4 looks like a very strange move in a way. Like, where is he putting his queen again? I don't really like black's position here. But maybe it's holdable. The pawn is weird. This is weird. The pawn is going to be a problem. I mean, and ultimately his bishop's on the wrong color for the pawn, so if he ends up having to put more pawns on that color, then he really has no bishop. Yeah, my knight is bad though. This is very bad. The worst knight ever on f2. I thought you would see it your way. Restricting my knight, by the way, with f5 is a very nice idea. So, Things are not very simple here, boys and girls. Yeah, black has pretty much neutralized my advantage. Though I still don't like his pawn on d4. It's I ended up with a ridiculous knight. Ridiculous knight. Bottled up by my enemy's pawn on f5. And I was just thinking the same thing. I'll put my queen on g2. Shit. And he's threatening e5, perhaps. Perhaps. g4. Wow, this is a risky move, g4. Just the kind of thing he was hoping for. Whose G file is it anyway? So if he takes on g4, do I take? Yeah, which way do I take? With the knight, the horrible knight, or with the queen? The horrible queen, I think. My knight still has a chance to go to h3 and g5. I'm not in that pin. He still has overextended pawn. This was not an exciting game, guys. I understand. Very droll, boring, closed position. Sorry. Sorry about that. I was playing some Sharp Gambit stuff yesterday. Offered a draw, +3. You've been hanging out with Nefedov. Arsenal, it's always a good time to offer draw when we're going to the pub. Pub night after. A draw is never a mistake. But if there's no pub night after, I would say it's definitely a blunder. h5. God damn it. That was where my knight was supposed to come into play. Shit. Can I change my mind? You have 3 things on it. Oh my god. So I don't have a choice. Wow. Wow. I'm in trouble now. Okay, I have to play this horrifying move e5. That was not the plan. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I messed this up. This was not the plan, but now I have to. Really bad first game. Scary position. Okay, so it was something really, really sharp. Wow. Blundiferous. Morning breath move. Rook f5, that looks familiar. Boy, that Rook f5 is really familiar. Didn't you have another game with Rook f5 recently? He likes putting his Rook on f5. So do I. I lost against Grover. Got to be careful about those 4th rank rooks. I lost 2 games in my GM tournament with my rooks on c5 and f5. Rooks don't belong on the 4th rank, generally speaking. In the middle game. I'm not talking about end games. You're a big believer in 4th rank rooks, though. Respect, man. Wow, that is insane. Insane. Queen h6. Insane in the membrane. Alright, my pawn wall is pretty strong here. The pawns are too strong. Look at that. Wedge. I don't think this game was boring, by the way. One man's boring is another man's barn burner, I guess. Yeah, it raises interesting questions about perception. That could be a problem. I have a drumstick formation. Yeah. Just before we start another game, I want to have a quick survey of the evaluation of this, just to get an understanding of how it went. Was I ever worse? Did I have a bigger advantage and really throw it away? I want to get just the graph. I'm just curious to see the graph without going into any detail about it, because we don't have time for that. It's a kind of short stream today. I have just like 1 more hour. I started a little bit early because of the time difference between the United States and North America and Europe being screwed up for 3 weeks. I might have to start and end at a little bit different times than usual. Yeah, it looks like it was, yeah, when I said I screwed it up, I did. I mean, it was equal. And then after that, I started to win when he hung a pawn. Curious about the opening. It's lame. It seems lame, my opening, right? But, you know, look, it's funny. Like, look how many decisive games there are. I mean, okay, there's still a good chunk of draws. But honestly, you would think this type of variation with bishop e2 would be really quiet and, you know, the Kraken is solid and not giving white a lot of attack. I mean, it would like lend itself to tons of draws. But it just seems like a normal distribution. 40% draws. You know, that's kind of standard. I mean, Bologan, Kamsky. Okay, so the top games were draws. Bologan has played this more than once. He won a game. Black almost never wins. So you were better at one point. Where? Oh, we followed some games. Dubov. Oh, an old Dubov game from 2009. Computer is not crazy. My knight g4 is weird. Okay, yeah. Okay, so no knight g4, but what am I supposed to play? f4 right away. Okay, so I'm paranoid. Alberto David versus Kraken, 1999. I'm paranoid about things that aren't really there with the king h1. I mean, it never hurts to play king h1, though. It's knight g4 that's really not a good move. But I mean, basically, I just have to trade knights on d7. And we have just a standard position. Okay. Alright, let's go. Arsenal fan, Discombobulator, and Astazakura. Asta Mindeni. Alright. I should start like cursing in Hungarian, you guys wouldn't know. Google, I mean, well, Twitch wouldn't know, or like YouTube wouldn't know to censor me when I put up the videos. Okay. So, alright, Gambit style. Gangnam style. Oh, you played the Sicilian. I thought you were going to play e4, e5. Yeah, like the whole game I was planning on putting my pawns on, I was playing for light square structure. And then, the oops, I hung a pawn gambit. I crushed this guy yesterday and this. Don't tell anybody about this, okay? This is part of Karpov's. Ron Henley told me that this is part of Karpov's preparation for the white side of the Najdorf. Did I play this against you already? By any chance? Sire? Knight c6 is an interesting move. And I don't know what I should do. A new idea. Oh. Oh. Okay. God. What is happening here? Holy moly, Batman. Knight h4. Complete the circuit. At the end of the day, it may not matter. I mean, like, knight f1, knight g3, knight f1, knight d2 versus knight h4, knight f3, knight d2. Knight h4, d5, bishop g5. All right, let's do this. This is interesting. It is. Dude, you're so greedy. Damn, bro. Who you think you're playing? Can't believe how greedy he is. Why so greedy, bro? Trying to take the pawn? Really? Insane. So now the question is, the bleep is going on. Take it in stride. Can I win material somewhere? Can I trap your queen? That's pretty annoying. Oh. Who's greedy now? No, Arsenal fan, I mean, it's very clear to me that you're playing a lot of ultra fast type of chess, it looks like. Which can be good, but it can also be like, okay, you need to like, sometimes you need to be able to slow down. You can't always be playing 3-0 bullet or blitz or whatever. So I don't know, man. I think like your position is interesting. I'm a little bit skeptical, but you are up, what, 2 pawns? 2 pawns up. Take. Jeez. Do I have to take the knight? No. What's the time control? Does anyone know what the time control is? Is it like 1-2-1 or 1-2? I guess I'm trying to understand, you know, why Arsenal plays so fast. I guess he's just like not used to this time control. You can't take it with you. Yeah, I was wondering about this. This is what I was thinking. What happens if I sack now on b6, on d4, whatever, the other b6? Maybe it's not enough. Well, let's see. Your other b6. What if I sack on b6? I'm sacking on b6. Interesting game. telling you about the Oops Gambit. We want to keep this as preparation for a tournament game. I beat Zen Chess in like 15 moves in this line. So now, do I want to take the rook, or is my horsey better than a rook? That's really the question here. This is much more fun. Your argument is that my horsey is not better than a rook. Don't touch my horsey. Looks like black's like practically winning now. But is he? Not so simple. I'll have to take a draw, I guess. Maybe I never had a win. It felt like there should be. I was so, you know, dominating the initiative. I'm having hallucinations. Yes. Exactly. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, where's your queen going? You have G4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice. Check. Subtle threat there, but okay, he doesn't have queen d5. Anyway, I would have had queen d8, rook d5 with a rook ending, but he's trying to play like queen d5, rook d5, rook d1, rook e1 mate. It's a Sicilian. That's a knight. That's a rook. Why didn't I play a4? I should have played a4. It's got to be better than a3. I'm an idiot. No, I don't know. Oh, I see what you're doing there. What? What? Okay. Draw wasn't good enough. And after the game, he'd be like, I didn't win a draw, so that's why I lost. Alright. Disclaimer. True. I have to take a draw there. if I can get one. I have to settle. We'll settle out of court. But big butt. Oh, check. Wait, what? Where's my threats? What am I threatening? For that pawn. You want that pawn? Wow. I need a drink after that game. It's pretty early in the morning, but it is past noon. What the hell? Dude. It was terrible. We both played crazy. It was fun, but I don't know if it was good. I'm sure we made like tons of mistakes, both sides. The advantage seemed to shift several points. Oh, you had a win. Yeah, well, we both We both made a lot of mistakes. The end was a draw. It should have been a draw, but I blundered somewhere. Oh, rook b4 is a blunder, because you can just take my pawn on h2. Okay. Opening was all theory. I love this, dude. I love this. Don't tell anyone about this. Knight c6 is a novelty against me, at least. Looks like a good move. I don't know about e5. Wow. So, knight f5 is a mistake. Wow. Because of your move, g6. This is pretty interesting. You played the wrong response here. So I have to go, yeah, so knight f5 is bad, it turns out. The one move I didn't really consider was knight takes c6, which, yeah, it's pretty, yeah, good game. Alright. Discombobulator X. Didn't really consider knight takes c6 because, I mean, it's already, like, your d5 score is weak, you know. You've played e5 in the Najdorf, and you don't have a light score bishop. It seems really counterintuitive to take on c6 so your pawn now controls d5, which was like my biggest positional hope. Even if you don't get in d5, I mean, the point is that, you know, I don't have access to d5 either, which is my compensation, sort of like my compensation. Where is this guy? There he is. The jury is out on that opening. I like it. Like I said, Zen chess lost in like so many moves. Skaveringen. Out of favor. Playing this opening for black taught me to be a good defensive player, to be honest. H6 is supposed to be one of black's best moves, basically. I don't know about that. I'm not sure bishop e7 is right. We're going to see shades of last game here pretty soon. I'm not under the impression that bishop e7 and h6 are really connected in some way. And you guys know how much I love playing knight takes c6. So that's definitely an option. But not your typical English attack here. This is a curious attack. So yeah, I started to play the Najdorf in Blitz because I avoided it my whole life, and I think we only live once. If it's the best Sicilian, then it should be played. It's very subtle, I think. Does black have d5 here? For real? No. Close. Close. Don't know. Don't care. This actually doesn't seem so bad. He's turned it. He's turned the curious attack into a Najdorf somehow. How do you do that? How did you do that? How dare you do that? This is lame. I can't concentrate. Maybe I do have ADD. The thing is, like, I want to play... Oh, King F8, unbelievable. Wow. I did not think he would do that. That's seriously crazy. Alright. Fine. What about D5? I sacked a pawn last game. Now I'm afraid about losing my G pawn. What's my queen doing out there anyway? King F8 is an interesting move. Let's not dismiss this move as trash. Let's not dismiss this move out of hand. I don't know who this player is at all, but thoughtful, or maybe not. Sometimes I think people are thoughtful and they just accidentally found, you know, interesting moves. King F8, maybe it's like thoughtless, but Queen D7 would have left me with a slight advantage, and instead he plays King F8, which maybe it's not that great, but it's more complicated. Aha. G5, yes. What would Karpov do? I gotta see how you make bishop 65 here work. He's like thinking. What are you thinking about? Like, you don't want to trade queens? Like, it's a little bit late for that. That's a nice bishop you've got there on d5. Thoughtful. So again, like, I'm going to make the case that we're facing a thoughtful player. We're, you know, consider making the case that we're facing a thoughtful opponent. I mean, 1768, capable of, like, not making, like, robotic moves. Raw king. Bangtown's here. Karpov would play a4 when? That's kind of a generalization. a4. I like a4. Someone recommended Karpov, but now I don't know. Maybe not now in this exact position. You put it in my mind and I had to play it. Probably not the best move here. Yeah. You're joking about what Karpov... Oh. Always play a4 type of thing? Alright. How's my rook doing? Yeah, I think this is a little sus. We're in good shape now. I can't say white's necessarily winning, but I have a good position, I would say. I mean, I wanted to get the rook across this way, but you just can't do everything, and now Get the pawns moving. Yeah, I don't know. This is about this opponent. He's pretty good for his rating. That's all I can say. He must be from India. I'm gonna go out on a limb, you know, and although the name wouldn't indicate it necessarily, he's probably 1,200 FIDE. I'm gonna guess. Pretty solid. So what am I doing now? And pretty fast, dude. I mean, everything that Black has done in this game is reasonably fundamental, except for maybe early opening, like after h6, bishop e7 seemed, and you know, and e5 might be wrong. I don't know. But in any case, like his whole game seems really reasonable. Now he's putting his pawns on the wrong color with g5. I don't know about that. That may not be a good idea, dude. You may have just done yourself in with g5. g5 might literally be like the losing move in this position, because you can't play g6 and f5 ever. Now my king can just like sit there on e4 and squeeze you. Squeeze you and please you. That looks pretty tough, dude. You had enough pawns on dark squares. 6 out of 6 moms. Survey says 6 out of 6 moms prefer pawns on dark squares. Five out of 6 is bad enough, but 6 out of 6 is like too much. Ironically, he can play bishop c5, and that's totally logical. He could probably trade off my good bishop for his bad bishop by force with bishop c5 here. But he's still worse. Oh, he saw that. How did you find that, Move Master? Maybe I should consider giving up the f-pawn and keeping the bishop on the board. That would be a blip, wouldn't it? Like bishop d2, bishop takes f2, a5, and I'm still better. But my plan was to play a5, and I think that you know, we got more than just a good bishop. Better structure, and the queenside majority is like winning. COVID lockdown. Damn, dude, this is ugly. Ugh. Come in. Don't mind if I do. Measles, mumps, and rubella. Alright. I need one more crushing move, please. This should cut it. Yeah, I mean, he gets a tiny bit of counterplay. Fine. Now, still has an A pawn. Time becomes a factor. I have a lot of pawns, though. The A pawn, the A pawn, A pawn. Maybe I shouldn't leave that on the board. Wow. Perhaps his technique leaves a little bit to be desired. Okay. What if we both promote? I think I'm first. Some technical problems you might experience. Knee pain, gout, chest pain, death. What's that? Oh, I was like, Arsenal fan, I thought you said Rook B8 looks like a strong move, and I was like, alright, man. Rook B8 looks kind of solid, but I thought it was funny that you were suggesting Rook B8 was a strong move. And now I understand I never got my glasses prescription, which the stream helped pay for. Rook H8, yeah, I understand that. That I understand. Alright. So Bishop C5 was dubious. And he's actually holding on here. I kind of feel bad because I suggested... That's insane, bro. Even more is the insane fact that Rook B8 is actually the #2 move in this position. With the idea of Bishop C5. Oh my god, Rook B8 is just accidentally like a good move. That's so funny. No, actually you're right, but the better move is H5, it turns out. Accelerated Rook H8. The best move is H5 with the idea of Rook H8. The second best move is Rook B8. Which, you know, actually has to do with this. He could play Bishop C5 with the idea of Rook coming through here. Although I'm not going to take on C5. You know, computer could say this is equal all day, dude. But if you give Magnus Carlsen this position against an average grandmaster, what do you guys think the result would be in like 100 games? Like, computer says it's a draw, right? It's basically a draw. It's like slightly better for white, but just 0.3 or even less. But if you have Magnus play 100 games against, I don't know, like some random GM, the computer likes G5. Well, does it? It does, surprisingly, but it likes G6 better. No, it's on the fence. I like G6 better, you know. I mean, G6 hangs the pawn on H6, so you have to calculate, you know. I just wanted to keep G6 in reserve. I wouldn't play G5 Arsenal for sure. The opening was funny though. No, I can't remember the theory here. It turns out that Bishop E7 is played, but it's not the main line. Usually black plays knight to C6. Oh, my Queen E2 was right. Karpov Anderson. Wow, he knows the theory too. Jesus, this E5 is an actual move. God knows I might have even analyzed this game I don't remember it offhand. So random 1700 knows the Curious Attack H6 variation pretty well. Jesus, dude, this is all theory. That's crazy, bro. I mean, it's not a popular line for black, but the fact that it's been played by Ulf Anderson and others is... I just didn't think this was that good for black. Well, it isn't, you know. My move is dubious. Now King F8 was creative. I was expecting you to play Queen D7, and then the Karpovian A4 comes to mind. No, that loses a pawn. But anyway, I would have traded queens and defended said pawn. Alright guys, anyway. Quite an impressive game really overall by Discombobulator, the mysterious Discombobulator X. So I've got time for one more game. One more game. Alright, Zentia is a bullet master. $2,400. I think I saw that game. Anderson tortured Karpov. Damn, hard to do that with black and a carries attack. Oh, what am I playing again? Oh yeah, okay. Mule Skinner 71 subscribed. Dude, welcome to the Elephant Gambit. Jabava. Jabava variation. Don't try this at home. Yobava. What did you say? What did you... Well, don't talk about him in the past tense, man. No, you mean Anderson, like... Of course. Well, is Karpov still alive, too? Of course, obviously. Karpov is a human piece of shit. But he's still alive. Ulf is still alive. I don't know that he plays much. I don't know what he does. He's not active. But, I mean, he used to play online all the time. He used to play Blitz online all the time. Probably still does. I just don't know where or when or how. Let me remember. You can't kill Ulf Anderson, bro. He's only 72. Well, he's younger than Karpov. No. That's right. That's logical. He's definitely a little younger than Karpov. Probably a few years. He used to play on ICC all the time. We played once or twice. He used to play the Lowenthal. We had some game, I remember, in a Lowenthal Sicilian. I only played him like once or twice. I didn't get paired with him many times for some reason, like because he would like play in the pool, 5-minute pool or whatever. But I think I played him once or twice. But anyway, one of them was definitely one of those Lowenthal Sicilians. You always think that, you know, it's kind of an anti-positional line for a guy like Ulf Anderson to play. You wouldn't expect that, but it's easy to play. Karpov recently, what? Spanish Got Talent? You serious? That sounds weird. You mean like they call it Spanish Got Talent? Not like Spain's Got Talent? That sounds weird. What is the name of it in Spanish? Or are you just translating? Well, they had... Yeah. Oh, okay. You need Karpov to be like the Masked Singer or something. Why Why would white play knight c3 here? To threaten bishop b5. Why did the fucking chicken cross the road, dude? Because it's a cheapo to win my queen. Of course he plays knight c3. Anyone who loves a good cheapo would play knight c3, dude. Are you kidding me? Do you know who Uber driver is? Have you ever heard of him? What other good reason would you have to play knight c3 here? You're lazy and you're trying to win in one move. Of course it's shallow. It's super shallow. I like black's position. This is sometimes, you know, a thing. But as Jubaba has shown in his games, you know, there are many cases where the ending even down a pawn in this type of line, black may have some pretty reasonable compensation. So you have to be willing in some cases to trade queens. But I love the elephant in blitz, man. This is, I could probably win like hourly arenas just playing the elephant gambit every game. People are absolutely not prepared for this. Yeah, no, it's like better. Like Hebden used to play the elephant, and I mentioned that before in blitz anyway. And you know, I mean, like traditionally, like let's say the Latvian was more respected, let's say, than the elephant. I mean, the elephant is like way better than the Latvian gambit. It's not even close. The Latvian's really bad, and the elephant is marginally playable. So what do I do now? I check, right? Now what are you gonna do? Do I really want his g-pawn if he decides to play bishop e2? Nefedov taught me this lesson. I don't really want his g-pawn, to be honest. I don't want your stupid g-pawn. You can take it and stuff it. Take the g-pawn and shove it, man. Queen b5. How is he not losing a piece here? He is losing a piece here, right? He's not losing a piece. He has queen b5 now? For reals? Bishop takes c3. It's queen b5. Queen c4. Okay. So it's not so simple. I'm not winning outright. Rook e2. But I have a good position. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes c3. Yeah, this may be... It may be the fact that I'm not better. You know, I have compensation for my sacrificed pawn. I have to, like, accept the fact that I'm not better. And act accordingly. Sometimes it's hard. You're, like, trying to force yourself to be better when you're not really better. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Sledgy. The elephant gambit, man, every time. It's sick, dude. And it's so elegant and easy to play. Asterby, you should start playing the elephant gambit. I'm gonna teach Asterby to play the elephant gambit. Can you imagine the devastation that would ensue? He is feeling the pressure now. Elephants never forget. Check! For the content. I know. Just check for the sake of checking. I can check and go back. For the clicks. He's not big on resigning. That extra bishop is pretty massive. It's like Titanosaur. I am the Titanosaur. Guys, I gotta go, unfortunately. The elephant coming. The elephant in the room. I've gotta go. I gotta start my work early today because of time change. The Europeans are suffering the consequences. But my North American students are an hour ahead, so I had to accommodate them. Tried to start streaming a little early today, but here's the inspiration for the day. Elephant never forgets, dude. This was a crushing game. Don't underestimate the elephant. By the way, like, just a great opening for Blitz and Rapid. You know, okay, we can probably admit that it's not ideal for long games necessarily, but this is just an example. I mean, this guy's obviously a decent player. He's 2400 bullet, 2300 rapid, and just got absolutely destroyed. Oh, really? Playing the elephant and the E5 versus D4 thingy. Now you sound like T-Poo-Bot. TP-Bot. TP Barnum. He's got a passed pawn, my opponent. That is not very nice. Alright. We're going to do it like this. Immobilize and destroy. Now the other rook must, you know, get involved. This could be an annoying process to win this game. Actually, both of us made inaccuracies there. You know, I could have been, he could have pushed the pawn all the way to the 7th, which would be really irritating. His last move was strange too. I shouldn't have let him push the pawn all the way to the 7th. It's definitely inaccurate. Over. Okay, I gotta finish him off. I might have to give up my b3 pawn in order to do that. Oh, I see. He wants to go to c6. All right, let's do it. Let's trade him. We'll trade him. Trade-ems. Now, if I check, you're not going anywhere, Wendy. Check. D6 threatens mate. Oof. You can never be too careful. Alright, you're not threatening anything now, Wendy. Check. Am I threatening anything is the real question. Most likely I am. He just doesn't know it yet. Yeah, I should just eat his pawns. I mean, it's sort of stupid at this point. Don't let this king get too close to me. No, no. No, no. No, no, no. No king c6. He's got check. Man, he's an annoying bugger. You got to admit, man, he is kind of annoying. Now, king d6. This guy will just play it out till the cows come home. He'll never resign. That's how he got so high rated. Jeez, are you sure you're from Russia? You're not from India? Unbelievable. This dude will not resign. Oh, there goes the rook. Stalemate. Really? You're 2,400 in bullet and you won't resign here? That's crazy, bro. Wow. That's weird. And if you were to win this game, would you feel good about it? Or what would the deal be? Okay. Well, yeah, that's cool. Banned. Anyway, guys, gotta go. I'll see you later. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend. I'll see you for the Sunday Simul. Thanks for subscribing, Neil Skinner. Join us for Simuls. Bye-bye.